Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing fine during the pandemic. My name is Pang Pang and I'm from Thailand. In today's video, I will be showing you what it's like to travel during the pandemic. So here I am at Suvarnabhumi Airport, which is an airport in Bangkok, Thailand, and I will be flying to Tokyo, Japan. This video was recorded on 28 October 2021 at around 9 p.m. local time. I was walking with my dad to the check-in area of JAL as I will be flying with them as an economy class passenger. So for those who are flying from Bangkok to Japan from today till January 31st, 2022, you're allowed to bring one additional luggage, which means that if you were to be in economy class like me, instead of bringing two free luggages, you're allowed to bring 3 free luggages. However, please note that in order to do so, you must write an email to bkkss.jal@jal.com 3 days in advance before your flight to apply for the extra free luggage. In the email, you must provide the confirmed booking reference with 6 characters and a ticket number that starts with 131. For more information, you may check their website in the description box below. I arrived at the check-in area around 3 hours before the departure time. When I was at the check-in area, I was asked to present my passport and the COVID-19 negative test result that was written in the report provided by the Japanese government. Because I did an online check-in at home, where I had selected my seat and everything, all I had to do there was to wait for the staff to print out the boarding pass ticket to me. After passing X-ray stations and the immigration, I headed to the gate where I was supposed to board the plane. Almost all the shops were closed or under renovations, and lights were much dimmer than last time I came here. Luckily, there were a few Thai souvenir shops opened. I decided to do some last quick shopping before heading to the gate. Please note that I only saw one small restaurant open on the way to the gate. Therefore, if you know that you will be hungry, it is better for you to prepare your own food. However, snacks were available there to purchase and beverages could be found at several shops and vending machines. Because I arrived at the gate a little too early, I sat in front of the gate doing nothing, so I guess I was just trying to show you around what it's like in the airport. So as you see, it is very quiet, it's pretty lonely, and it's pretty dim. After over an hour of waiting, it was time to board the plane. I was lucky enough to get a seat that was close to the exit and where there were less people. One perk of flying during the pandemic is that the chance of getting a seat where no one else is sitting right next to you is high. Without other person sitting next to me, I could take both seats for my own. I had a very nice nap on my way to Japan. As it is going to be a 6-hour flight, I decided to browse for something that may entertain me while I was on the plane. A few minutes after taking off, I was given a small pack of Japanese crackers and a bottle of water. The crackers taste really good. Then, a few hours later, breakfast was served. Everyone was given the same food, salmon porridge. I sensed some dashes within the porridge. It tastes better than I had expected. While I was on the plane, I took the time to fill in several forms. I was advised to fill all of the forms while I was on the plane because the immigration process would proceed much faster that way. There were around 4 forms altogether. The first form, which is what I was holding, is the disembarkment card for foreigner, where you state your purpose of visit and whether you have any history of deportation and or crimes. The next is the custom declaration, where you will have to hand this form after you picked up your checked-in luggages. Next is the written pledge, where you sign your name to agree that you would stay at the quarantine location and report your health condition for 14 days after you arrive in Japan. In addition, you have to provide your passport number, means of transportation from airport to the quarantine location, the quarantine address, and the mobile phone number available in Japan. As I do not have mobile phone number with me, I use my quarantine hotel's number instead. The final forms are several sheets of questionnaires related to COVID-19. I was so lucky to have my flight scheduled on that day, as the weather was so good. I barely felt the turbulence. I finally arrived in Tokyo, Japan at around 8 a.m. local time. The sky was beautiful and the temperature was just right. After leaving the plane, we were asked to wait at this area while waiting for other people to come so that we can all go together to the immigration area. The first step was to show our signed written pledge and the negative COVID-19 test result. And in case if you have the certificate of COVID-19 vaccination, it would be good for you to show them there as well. Then we were led to the COVID-19 saliva test room. Be sure not to eat or drink anything before the saliva test at least 30 minutes, because if you do so, perhaps you may have to undergo nasal swab instead. Once the test was completed, we were asked to go to the waiting area where there were so many chairs. Please note that the walking distance from the plane all the way to the waiting area is very, very long. Therefore, I would advise you to limit the weight of your carry-on bags. The COVID test at the airport was completed within less than an hour. After we were tested negative, we were given an orange paper to prove our COVID-19 free status. We must present this orange paper to the officer so that he would open up the way for you to go to the immigration area where you would issue your resident card. Note that I came to Japan as a student visa. In case if you are like me, I would advise you to inform the immigration officer that you want to be granted with the permission to work part-time. As my Japanese skill is at the lowest level possible, all I could advise you is to say the word arubaito. I hope the officer you met would understand what you mean. Once you are free from the immigration area, you would go downstairs to pick up your checked-in luggages. Then, the officer would bring a police dog to sniff your luggage in case if you bring any meat product into Japan or not, which is not allowed. I did not know whether I was lucky or not, but instead of a large, unfriendly police dog, I got a cute and confused little Labrador puppy sniffing my luggages instead. So yeah, that brings me to the end of the video. If you have watched till here, I would like to thank you very much, as this is my first vlog where I did a lot of talking. I hope some of the information here would be useful for you to enter Japan, especially during the pandemic. So please stay safe. Bye!